So this video is going to be for this person, Jesse Salisbury. It says, "This message isn't spam. You're my favorite YouTuber, but it annoys me how you call yourself liberal. I mean, economically you are, but after all the things you said about handicapped parking spaces, being arrested for nudity when it was the trespasser's fault, and feminism, I think you are socially conservative. Email me or make a video if you're interested in responding." Well, I am making a video, Jesse, not on my Amazing Atheist channel, but on my TJ Does Life channel. I'd like to just go to this test, this political compass test, and it kind of shows an idea of where you stand in terms of politics on a square grid. They take into account your whether you're socially liberal or socially conservative, and then they also take into account whether you're economically liberal or economically conservative. All right, I'm gonna take this test. This is gonna be a boring video, by the way. Anyone who doesn't give a shit about what my political opinions are probably should tune out. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of transnational corporations. And I agree with that, so I'll click agree. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. Strongly disagree. No one chooses his or her country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Strongly agree. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Strongly disagree. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I wish they had a don't give a shit, but I guess I'll click agree. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Disagree. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Wow, they're attacking my bread and butter on this one, so I have to disagree out of narrow self-interest. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. Okay. I would agree with that. I'm not going to strongly agree, but I will agree. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I would disagree with that strongly. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulations. Strongly agree. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. Agree. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. I don't agree with that. I mean, if you want to buy bottled water, supply and demand. I don't see that as being sad. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I disagree with that. That's stupid. It is regrettable that many fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society. Strongly agree. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Once again, wishing for a don't give a shit, but I guess agree. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profits to its shareholders. I am going to disagree. Disagree. The rich are too highly taxed. Strongly disagree. Those with the ability to pay should have the right to higher standards of medical care. No. Fuck that. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Agree. Strongly. A genuine free market requires restriction on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. No, well, that's not... No, I disagree. I think a lot of laws concerning monopolies are actually bullshit, and corporations end up using them against each other more often than not, and it actually creates an unfair marketplace. The freer the market, the freer the people. I think that we have seen that to be false, so strongly disagree. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. Strongly disagree. All authority should be questioned. Strongly agree. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Strongly disagree. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. I'm going to slightly disagree with that. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Um, hmm, I guess I will. I mean, I have a more nuanced position on this than agree or disagree, but I guess I'll disagree. A lot of people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Strongly disagree. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I would agree that, if your kid is doing something like insanely bad, then, giving them a little tap on the ass just for shock value is not going to scar them for life. I'm not endorsing taking out the belt and beating the shit out of your kids, every time they talk back. But like if they destroy the house and like decapitate the cat, then give them a little tap. Just to let them know you mean business. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Strongly agree. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Oh man, fuck a job. Strongly disagree. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Yeah, I disagree with that. I'm not going to strongly disagree, because I kind of think it's wrong for them to do that, but I'm not about to stand in their path and stop them using the legislature. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. Fuck that shit. There are no savage or civilized peoples, there are only different cultures. Disagree strongly. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society support. Strongly disagree. Some people just aren't cut out for work. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. Strongly disagree. First-generation immigrants can never be fully integrated with their new culture. Strongly disagree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always, ultimately, good for all of us. Fuck you. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Strongly disagree. I missed a question somewhere. I answered the parents spanking their children one. I said I agree slightly. Okay. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Fuck yes, they are. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Oh, wow, fuck you. Although the electronic age makes surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need be worried. Strongly disagree. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. Strongly disagree. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Strongly disagree. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Strongly disagree. In criminal justice, punishment should be more than rehabilitation. Punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Okay, strongly disagree. It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Strongly disagree. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Strongly disagree. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Strongly disagree. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Strongly agree. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Strongly disagree. Astrology accurately explains many things. Strongly disagree. You cannot be moral without being religious. Wow, strongly disagree. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Disagree. Some people are unnaturally lucky. Strongly disagree. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that. Sex outside of marriage is usually immoral. Strongly disagree. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Strongly agree. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. Strongly agree. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Strongly agree. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Strongly disagree. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. I wish there was a way that I could more strongly disagree, like they should have an option for absolutely positively agree 100% without a single iota of doubt. Anyway, as you can see, in the left-right column, I fall pretty far to the left. When it comes to authoritarian, libertarian, I'm pretty far towards libertarian. I'm way in the left libertarian square here. I mean, so Jesse, I am no social conservative, and I resent the hell out of being called a social conservative. Fuck you, Jesse.